Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Arwen Herman. We're here at the Jewish Federations of North America General Assembly. This is an incredible event, bringing the community together to learn, connect, and celebrate. Let's take a closer look. HaOgen is something that I actually knew about when it was just an idea.
Right.
And you told me something very important. Dream big, but you have to execute.
Have to.
And when you execute, then the powers that be
Yeah.
will understand that it's important.
Right.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got to this part of helping people in Israel post October 7th.
So my name is Michal Azaria. I'm a social activist for many years. I did 11 years. I served in politics. I was deputy mayor of Jerusalem and member of the Israeli parliament. I say I'm a 47-year-old woman with formers of an 87-year-old woman, but that's okay. And my husband did a lot of reserve days, reserve duty. It was always very, very hard for me. I'm very career-oriented, and when I was deputy mayor in Jerusalem, I did this operation helping families that the fathers or the mothers are in reserve, and we help with volunteers. And then October 7th, I wondered what to do, and when I heard the numbers of reservists, 360,000, so I posted a post on Facebook. I opened a WhatsApp group and was like, come join. We're going to help reservist families throughout the country. Today we're helping 35,000 families with 20,000 volunteers, one of the largest volunteer organizations in Israel. And we help in 1,000 cities and towns throughout the country. So that's what we do. And I think that often you realize that something is missing, and if you walk around saying, this is missing, people don't know what to do with it. But when you start it and you start working, and the beginning is very difficult because you're like, really kind of scraping and pushing and trying to convince and bringing more people and doing the work, the boots on the ground. But once you do it enough time, and then people see how helpful it is. Like a lot of the grants that we received were from people that they know people that actually got help from HaOgen for Reservist Families. So then they approached us saying, we see the work you're doing. The Army realized what we're doing. We didn't go talk to the Army, but on Facebook and on social media, on Instagram, they saw that every time a woman says, it's so hard, my husband is Miloim, I'm going to collapse. And like her friends answer, go to HaOgen, you'll get help from HaOgen. So the Army was like, we hear about this HaOgen thing, let's
Wildfire.
join. Yeah. And that's how it goes. So it's not about like convincing, it's about doing it, proving there is a need, proving that you're the one that knows how to solve the problem, and then people join in. So I think it's the same thing with your work. You do the boots on the ground work, you do what needs to be done, and people will join in. And once people see how successful it is, the word of mouth, like they say, it's the best marketing.
Right.
It's just very hard.
Right.
So I'm saying choose the difficult way, choose the hard one. It's worth it, because at the end of the day, that's what makes it work. Today, we're helping 35,000 families. The Army is cooperating with us. The government's cooperating. Everyone's cooperating with us. And the Army says they need us for the next 3 years. Now, when I tried a few years ago to go to these top commanders in the Army, and I was a well-known woman, I've done something in my life. When I came and told them that we need to do that, they had no idea what I'm talking about. But now, it's real. That's how it works.
So, as a founder and as an entrepreneur, and as a community activist, there are times when you're like, will this work? Right? Like you're like your blood and sweat. You're like, this has to be done. Like I will go 1,000 miles an hour to do this. Was there a time when you're like, okay, this is gonna work? And was there a time you're like, this might not work?
So I'll say that with HaOgen, very quickly I realized that if we do the right work, it will work. But I'll say that I took 25 years of experience in social activism, in working with the government, working with municipalities, working with fundraising, and working with communities and community organizing, all of that. I feel like it was crystallized for one moment that, and I had 2 years of knowing exactly what to do in every moment. So I knew that if I do it correctly, it will work. But I can say that other times I felt and I knew, and that this is something that has to be done. It doesn't always work.
Right.
So, but when there is that crystal moment, that I talked about HaOgen a few years ago and no one understood what I'm talking about. But when there's this moment that it suddenly collides, the need, and people understand and people join in, those are the golden moments. Yeah. And you need to take them. And I think that everything that has to do with, anti-Semitism in the United States, working in social media, community organizing, I think this is this golden moment that people understand. If you tried doing this 5 years ago,
just want to,
come on, what are you talking about?
And so you taught me a lot about being laser focused on community organizing.
Yeah.
Right. Where
I love community organizing.
And so and when you're building something, right, it's like it doesn't matter actually so much, let's say, technology, it's like you can build technology, but the community organizing is actually one of the most important skills you can have. And leading back to what you said was you knew the system, how it was built, right? Yeah. And so you had an idea or the levers you need to sort of pull to get to that point. And I totally agree with you. There's your timeline of your life, and then there's that moment where you're it was all worth it.
So, totally. That's I feel HaOgen is that way, and also the work with Emissary. It's the same kind of thing. It's and I look at everyone here in the GA, and I see your conversations, and I see when I bring it up, people are great, let's join in. And I think this idea that you can help Jewish communities build the structure to protect themselves from anti-Semitism and combat anti-Semitism and anti-Israeliness. If this is something that you're offering, that they realize how important it is. And I see your conversations, everyone's there. You're it's there, it's out there.
And what's interesting is that even when you're in a space that's talking about something, and you have something that's okay, I got it. I just look at me. And what was the moment for you, when you got that call from the Army, that you're like. About time.
Okay, I never have those moments.
I know.
I am I'm half Yeke, German.
Yeah.
So we come to work. To work. I don't have those moments. Unfortunately, probably my life would be better if I'll have those oh my God, I don't have them. I'm okay, we got this done. What's the next? Yeah, next step. We have so much to do. So we're supporting 35,000 families. We have 35,000 families more that we want to support. So we're there. I raised, I don't know, our budget is about 10 to 12 million shekels a year. More. We need to get it. We need to get it done. We need to do it properly. Now there is a lot of couples are breaking up. 30% of the reservist families are talking about divorce. We want to save these families. So, this is a new program that we're developing. So, it's all the time. It's constant working.
And it's so interesting. So, there's a lot of, I've been talking to a couple people about trauma, right? And post October 7th and the trauma that sort of, it changes in different communities that were affected by October 7th, but there's this overall trauma in Israel. And you brought something up I didn't think about, is and this happened even in COVID during times when the couples are together and there's a lot of emotions. Life has changed in such a significant way. Can you share a story of something that how you helped a family that was in I'm sure you serve so many people. Is there a story that you can share that would define a moment for you that was this is why I built this organization?
You want to say it again? You want to say it again? You just went by. Can you want to share?
Yeah, no. Can you share a moment that you knew this was really important, a story, you now help over 30,000 people, families, more, right? Yeah. Families, sorry. And can you share that story that you realized this is a significant impact, and it actually made you feel as an entrepreneur, this is what I do?
So there are many stories. I'll give you very different. One is a story of a woman that when she submitted her PhD, she called us to say that it's because of our work, because she was thinking of quitting, or at least freezing it. Now, freezing your PhD for 2 years, you can't really do that. Now she does research at the Weizmann Institute. Okay, like this, she's a future Israeli scientist, and she wouldn't have done it without our help. So we came with the babysitting and the dog walking and helping because she can't do it on her own. Another story is a woman with a very young baby. She just had a baby, and we were there to help at the beginning. And her mother called and said, she was worried that her daughter would have postpartum depression because it is so hard, and those weeks are so hard. And her husband was in Gaza the entire time, and he could come just for the 48 hours, just for the birth and 48 hours, and he had to go back. And we were there the entire time, and we were reaching out, and she got all the support she needed. And that's what, and her mother that lives far away, she couldn't come. So this is like postpartum depression. It's something that if you get it now, so for years later, everyone is dealing with the consequences of it. So it's a big thing. So like these moments that it's not only helping the families for that moment, but we made it possible for future Israeli scientists. We made it possible, a woman didn't go into postpartum depression, and we saved a family. So, so it's this ongoing and this like knowing it's for the long run.
And what do you see happening in the next 2 years for your organization?
Oh, the army says they need us for the next 3 years. The Miluim is going to be, in, good case scenario, it's going to be 2 to 3 months a year, and it's like a maternity leave once a year. Every it's a lot. So we're going to be there. We were hoping we're going. When I started it October 7th, we thought 6 to 8 weeks, but we're here to stay.
And where can people learn more about your organization?
So join us on our website and on social media, and you'll see the work, and you can donate, and you can support, and you can even write nice things, and and when you're in Israel, and talk to people about it, and really. This is really a joint initiative of everyone. Like we're doing it, everyone together. It's the Jewish people. JFNA have been extremely supportive, and the federations and American foundations and the Israeli people. Really, it's like one of these crystallized moments. So.
Well, thank you so much for all your work.
Thank you.
As you can see, the Jewish Federation of North America General Assembly is an opportunity to experience sessions and networking events, and really just to connect to people who are interested in making a difference in our community. This is Aaron Herman, and thank you for watching.